All right. Welcome to the How to Take Your iGE Opens to Approved webinar, part of Virtual Education Week. We're going to be going through both like a flow to how to work with EPs, what should you be sending to companies, and then once you get people accepted, how do you take them from accepted to approved, as well as what are the resources that we're going to be providing moving forward. So I won't be able to see your face, so if you have any questions, please say them quickly. And yeah. So you open that opportunity. Now what you have to do? Well, you're in the consideration phase of the customer flow, which if you were at Rocks, you would know this. And this is the second phase where the company goes through the selection process for their EPs. And step one is actually setting what the selection is done during the final meeting. Will there be videos, interviews? Will it be both? How many rounds of the process will there be? What is the company looking for? So if they're doing videos, what are the answers they're looking for? An example of an email for this could be, "Hi, Robert, company person. We're excited to start this process with you. We talked about you reviewing videos to make your selection. Send us the questions you'd like applicants to answer in the video. And then can you confirm the timeline?" And so my suggested timeline is that within 10 days, you have the profiles and the videos to be presented to the company, that they select the candidate with the name, all the invitation letters, that's to go. And then we give candidates about 15 days for embassy and visa necessary, and making sure that you're always selling right now summer peak realization rates, but always aligning to the timeline so you can have the most EPs applying. This is super important if you agree to it, because then you guys have something to hold. Quickly, you say. Yep. And then actually open the opportunity. Make sure that all of the fields are filled out on Expa. Most often I'll have to go back and ask people to fill out certain fields, even salary, even if the intern isn't getting paid. Salary should still be filled out as 0. Maybe with the next version of Expa, we won't have to do it, but for now we do. Include the selection process and timeline dates on the opportunity. This will make sure that you don't have EPs and EP managers saying, "Hey, when is the timeline?" You'll know when you'll hear back. And an example of this would be fill out the bit.ly USGE form. This is the national form for collecting videos. It has all the questions for shortlisting, and attach a video answering the following questions by this date. You'll hear back by another date if that's short. And so as part of the application process, EPs could be filling this out, and that'll allow you to filter for the people that you want. Another reason you use the form is that in that form nationality and the entity that they're from. Since you want from but they're not actually country, don't qualify as a add the opportunity to app control. That way I can approve it and open it. Add the opportunity to the tracker, that way you have it, and the search tool so that our partners and anybody looking for opportunity can find it. An example of a good opportunity is one that has the company logo and background. And if you click on the logo or the background itself, you'll be able to add it. That way your opportunity stands out from all the generic. And another common mistake is in logistics and visa. This is a really good example of what your logistics and visa information should look like. So letting them know that they should bring health insurance, that you're providing it, what kind of visa, how long they need it for, and a link to more information about the visa. And then start promoting the opportunity, create a graphic to promote your ops. This is a really easy template. I think I know Northwestern and Austin are definitely this one. I think they do at least. And have VPs reach out in the IR WhatsApp groups, and we'll be making as we move into the approval peak. And then finally, the EP nurturing flow. That didn't animate properly, my bad. So an EP applies on Expo. Within 2 days, they should receive an email to fill out the form. And a simple way to do this is just to filter all to download a CSV of the EPs and filter for anybody from a visa waiver country or an entity partner email them. Then email the finalist EPs to confirm that they're interested and push for more videos to be collected. And then on day 10, you actually present them to the startup. And on day 13, EPs receive acceptance and rejection emails and start the visa and approval process. The reason why having this flow is so important is that in GE, EPs are applying for a lot of opportunities. We get closer to summer, they want to make a decision on what they're doing. So if we're not moving fast enough, we lose a lot of really good EPs in the process. And our partners won't trust us to work with them. Any questions?
Yeah. So for the bit.ly/USGE form, what if they are not from a visa waiver country?
You can still have them fill it out. It's just like a good way for you to know it. The reason why I say specifically to email those EPs is those are the ones that, like, especially if you don't have country restrictions, that we want to prioritize. So make sure that we get as many of those EPs as possible. But like, if you're doing like going through the rest of the applications and you see like, hey, this person's really good and not a visa waiver country and they don't have a B1, you can still shortlist them. But I really do recommend that you shortlist mainly those EPs because it'll make the approval process a lot easier. And we won't have as many EPs drop out from accepted to approval for visa rejection.
Okay. Can you go back to the link with all the bit.lys?
Yeah. Was it
the slide, yes. Wait, let me just copy.
Yeah, and this will be
op control.
Op control. So op control is in Podio. That basically tells me that an LC has an opportunity that they want to get opened. And then I go in and I review it. I make sure everything is like filled out. Everything makes sense. It matches up. We have the contract and the JD. And then I open it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing it right now. Okay. So for the bit.ly USGE form, do we have access to the backend?
Yep. So that's also in the iGE National Podio space.
Okay.
I can show you that after the slides, and I can show you where it is.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. So, right, and then so you've got an EP accepted, and now we have the approval flow, which is a set of steps to take after an EP is accepted to increase the likelihood that an EP is approved. The reason why we have like a recommended flow is because this is where you can have a lot of EPs drop out for visa rejection, for lack of communication, and also the things that you do in this part help set the expectations and what communication in the relationship will be like with the EP. So after an EP is accepted, you should contact the EP and the EP manager. The EP, you should congratulate them on being selected, a deadline for a response, send them over the B1 visa guidelines, and you should also get their WhatsApp and information. And you should CC the EP manager and introduce yourself, private message them if the EP hasn't been marked as interviewed, and let them know of any deadlines with the EP. And if they don't respond within 24 hours, ask the EP manager to help. If the EP manager doesn't respond to you within 24 hours, reach out to the VP from the sending LC. And if the VP doesn't respond, let the MC or the NST know so that we can help with reaching out. And after the EP accepts, you need the EP to sign the EP acceptance note, take the LDA, let you know when they're planning on paying ISIC in their home country, and set a timeline with them for visa appointment or their ESTA application if they're a visa waiver EP. You should use WhatsApp to quickly communicate with the EP, then emails at the end of conversations to help keep an official record and the B1 visa guidelines. So I recommend having a WhatsApp group with the EP manager, the opportunity manager, and the EP. If you're working with like one LC, you could have a bunch of LC EPs in that group. And make sure you remind your EP to take the LDA or sign the acceptance note on EXPA and explain to them why is the LDA important and why are you having them do it. And set up a call with EPs for this project to go over the timeline with them and visa information. And with the EP manager, reach out to the EP manager for the support with the LDA and the AN, create the WhatsApp group, and ask for the expected payment date and agree to a deadline for payment. And what to talk about on the EP call: logistics, when will the EP apply for the visa, where will they live, when should they arrive, what should they do to prepare for the opportunity, any expectation setting. If they need to apply for the visa and actually go to the interview, how should they discuss the opportunity? What should they say? What shouldn't they say? And I'll be releasing like a checklist of these things. And also, if they need a visa, please have your VP or member should get the template from the ISIC US Hub and submit the filled out template to be signed by me at bit.ly/support-letter-GE. So we have the ISIC support letter and the company letter. I need to sign off on the ISIC one for each EP. And next, tracking the EP and the EP manager. So be in constant communication, asking if you can help with something, and make sure to help the EP prepare for their visa interview if they need to have one. But make sure that you find the line between like rushing somebody and making them feel uncomfortable and being helpful with support and tracking them. And finally, once your EP pays, they have the visa, they sign the acceptance note, take the LDA, we can hit approve. We can email the EP and the EP manager to let them know, and you've gotten your approval. And some more resources for you coming soon that I'll actually share on this call, like that they're in progress. So we'll have the iGE approval email template and a B1 checklist released probably by the next week, and an iGE seeder who is arriving this weekend to help us with iGE and IR and developing the product. So that's it. That was a lot of slides, but oh, wait, let me show you actually the other things that we're working on. So, sorry about that. So here's an iGE guide that's being worked on. So you can see what an acceptance email should look like with different situations. Thank you, Isaac and Austin. I modified their version, and how to B1 visa for things that you should talk about with them. So that's some of the things that we're working on, and we'll have a seeder here to help support the product. That way it gets the attention it needs.
What exactly would a seeder do? Mostly sales and IR.
Could you repeat that? You broke up.
What exactly will the seeder do?
The seeder will be doing everything from IR, helping create education, helping look at like how can we develop global hosts for GE. They were one of the first LCVP IGEs in Argentina and really successful, and currently applying for the MC there. So really excited to have him. He'll probably also be working with marketing, which wasn't originally the plan, but he had a background in it. It'll be everything from approvals to also helping get more open and team management as well.
Nice.
Yep. Right. Any other questions, Ian?
Yeah, I think so. The slides will be on the hub, right?
Yep, the slides will be on the hub probably tomorrow. I've already given a lot of the output slides.
Okay. Yeah, that's really helpful. We kind of really need this right now.
Yep, I figured. I would try to do it now, and then we'll definitely make sure to reinforce things and look at how we can improve the approval process at EBCO. So this is definitely something that is like a high priority for GE.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, can I ask you some specific questions?
Yeah, sure. Are you okay if I leave the recording on that way?
Can you take it offline?